And welcome back to Our Time.
Our Time.
Janice, Our Time has had some fantastic guests, and we
always
have
do.
two wonderful people who happen to be a couple, as in husband and wife, and who both fiddle a lot.
They're musicians,
And
Malcolm.
Brenton, this is Brenton and
Brenton
Jackie
and Jackie.
Edgecombe. Brenton plays, is fiddle the right word, or should I say violin?
Violin.
You can say whatever you like. There's not really any difference. Except
Okay, giraffe. And Jackie plays the cello, but not in the conventional way.
Well, they used to in the conventional way, once
They
upon
did.
a time.
Tell us how
Welcome
you both,
to the program.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you
to
for
be
having
here.
us.
How did you both start playing these stringed instruments and become known as String Fever?
Phew, there's a long story. Well, I started learning
We've
at
only
school.
got a few minutes.
I started learning at school. And
faster.
after a long while, I ended up doing some work with the Adelaide Symphony. And at that time, Jackie was playing with the Adelaide Symphony. And we met and got together and...
Did you fall in love instantly?
No.
I know, she said that with such definition, didn't she? I know.
What would you have
Definitely
said?
not. No.
He screwed his nose up too.
No, but yeah, I wouldn't say no like Jackie.
No, but did you enjoy playing the classics with the symphony orchestra, or did you always have an itch to do something else?
I always had an itch. I don't think Jackie had an itch. Did you have an itch?
No, but it's been scratched anyway.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that.
So how long have you been a couple?
Since '96.
And was that the beginning of String Fever, the act?
Almost. About a year later.
98 actually was our first String Fever.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
November 98 was
But
our
we
first
started
String
working
Fever.
together in '97.
Well, I've seen your act, and I just love it, and that's why we...
It's you.
had
You're the
to
one.
have you here. No, because you've worked all over the place, all over
We
the
have.
world, a lot in Australia. But what's fantastic about the act is it's funny, but it's all of those classical tunes, or not all of them because there's so many, but you'll know everything. But it's not just the classical tunes, it's the deviation, because there's the Elton John side to you as
Yeah,
well.
there's a lot. Yeah, I do Elton John. I've been doing Elton John since before.
Is he pleased
even
about that?
I don't know, but he probably would be. I do him well, so yeah.
But you have this lovely white baby grand piano as well that you tour with.
Yeah.
And it's just the stage setting, the way you enter, the way you do what you do. I'm a fan, as you can tell. The way you do what you do is just fantastic. It's just a really funny musical piece, and I was checking audiences as they came out from seeing your show, and they kept saying, that's the best act we've ever seen.
Wow,
now, I
thanks.
know this sounds like a commercial, but I really mean that. And I think in Australia we've lost a lot of people like you who just make us laugh and sit back and feel good about ourselves.
There
Sorry,
should be
I'll
more
stop
of it.
talking now.
No, there's not much live entertainment, really. That's the problem. I mean, there's live entertainment, the big stuff in big theatres with big names that people pay $100 and $200 to see. But as far as regular people, non-famous people doing a show in a club, in a small theatre, in a venue where people will go pay $20, $30, $40 to go and just go for a regular night out, and as I'd say, an alternative to going for pictures, or worse still, sitting home and watching TV, there's not much.
It's true, and it's a shame because a lot of performers like you aren't getting the opportunity to be seen because there aren't shows like ours, in
Yeah,
fact,
it's sad.
anymore.
No, that's right,
There's
unfortunately.
not much. Yeah.
So, with the music that you play and with the act that you've developed, did it take a long time to find sort of the comedy? Were you always just the funny one? Were you always just the straight one?
Well, yeah, but it did take we're still working on it, really, I suppose. Always will.
suppose.
But yes, it did take quite a while to find the right balance of straight and funny, because we went too far one way, then we went too far another way, and now we're pretty happy with
We're happy,
with
but we're
where
always-
we are.
yeah.
But we're always trying different things, and
Because it's always developing.
yeah.
We did the Melbourne Fringe in 2007, and we ended up having this guy work with us as a director, and that really pushed us forward a lot in terms of really working the characters rather than just let whatever happens happens. And what you say is true. When we first started, I was up there like an absolute maniac, and Jackie was just going, when's this going to be over? But, she's
still doing it.
She's still doing it. I know.
with a
but-
bit of direction.
I know, but yeah, we really worked on some acting techniques and studied stuff and some real comedy writing, and looked at actually making it so it wasn't so hit and miss. So usually it's funny almost all the time.
But not to diminish, though, your musical skills, because your musical skills are so good.
Well,
And-
obviously,
and the
where
way-
they started, and
I guess so,
obviously
yeah.
the love of music, the passion is still there then for that type of music.
Absolutely, and we
Yeah.
practice a lot. I mean, people see us on stage and we're running around like idiots and doing stupid
You
stuff.
are.
And
Well,
playing Flight of the Bumblebee with a blindfold while pretending to be a bumblebee and stuff like that. But yeah, but before that I'll be backstage for 2 hours going nut, 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 nut with the metronome. So yeah, we take the musical side seriously.
is it because you're together 24/7, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
As she
That
rolls around.
sounds like a bit like the no from before.
You'll get over it.
But do you feel that comedy is the door to people really appreciating the music as well?
Let me tell you a story. We were on, because we haven't touched on this subject yet, but a lot of the work we've done as String Fever has been on board cruise ships, and that's where the act has had the most success, and it definitely made us the most money. And we did, at one point, 5 months on one ship in the Mediterranean, back and forward, back and forward, back and forward, one ship per cruise, pretty boring for
show per
us.
cruise,
One show
yeah.
per cruise, sorry. And the cruise director, who on a cruise ship is the big boss of entertainment, didn't like our act at all because he was musically deaf. And this was before we really started introducing comedy. And he hated all musical acts. It wasn't just ours. You know, the greatest musical acts from everywhere. He hated them all. And I thought at that time, I want to make our act such that he would like it. And that was my aim, to really make it so that even if you didn't like music, you'd still like the act. So that was
It's
my
a
aim.
challenge.
It is a challenge. That's, you know, I like a challenge.
Yeah,
I know.
obviously.
But it's also your diversity too. It's the diversity within the comedy in the show. It's the strength of the music. But you're also developing other characters.
Yeah, I've got, well, firstly, the Elton John thing is a thing I've done forever, and that's become a show all in its own right now called Crocodile Rockets. Which,
And Jackie's involved in that too, then.
Jackie's
Yes, I am,
involved, yeah.
Yes, she holds up the clothes.
She does this and that. She sings a bit in the show, plays cello in the show. When we do it with big band, which we just came back from Sydney doing a whole run there with big bands behind us, she plays in the band as well and
Keyboard.
sings
Yeah.
backing and
Band.
leads the band. So she does a lot in that show.
Multi-talented, yeah.
But yes, I've also got a character which is about 2 years old called Vegan Smythe, which is the world's first comedy cabaret animal rights character. And you can see that on YouTube if you look up Vegan Smythe, S-M-Y-T-H-E, and it's got a
Of
website,
course.
vegansmythe.com. But yeah, it's becoming quite
So-
well known around the world.
So this has been a passion of yours too, then? Animal rights is something that you've always been...
No, we've only got into it fairly recently.
okay.
But
Two
there
and a
was
half years.
Yeah, we've really been into it, but I could just see, like, for years before doing String Fever, in my early 20s, I used to write songs, and I thought I'd be a singer-songwriter, and you know, it's pretty hard to make a living as a singer-songwriter, and so I kind of quit that. But for the last few years, I've been thinking, man, I'd like to get back to writing some songs, but I didn't have a topic. And I mean, you can't write about, you know, being a young person falling in love and being, you know, romantically unsatisfied when you have a wonderful marriage like I do, quite honestly. It's just the inspiration
Is
isn't
your
there.
wife coming later?
Yeah. Yes, I know. I met my wife in Vegas. What a surprise. I thought she was back home. Yeah. But, yeah, so this passion came to write songs about animal rights, and I started doing that.
When we became vegan, actually.
Yeah, when we became vegan.
Okay.
Okay.
And has that been good for you? There's nothing to do with your act, but has that been a healthy choice?
Yeah, we didn't do it for health, but it is healthy, I think. And
Well, it can not be. Depends.
Yeah.
There are unhealthy vegans in the world.
there are plenty of
There's a lot
them.
of... You can eat bad food.
We're lucky we have a lot of different people on the program talking about health and
Nutrition
food and
and-
nutrition.
well, yeah,
and,
we do.
Just interesting that the stuff we've learned as hosts of a program, Janice and I, about changes, I suppose, small changes in lifestyle. Now, we're going to have a look at you as String Fever in Tick. And I know this is not something you're doing for us right now. This is something you have done. So you're going to look so much younger.
I know, it's quite a while
your
ago,
hair
quite a
still
bit
the same
fatter.
colour?
He's a bit fat.
I don't know, it depends which dye I was using.
This
that.
is
Oh,
this is pre-vegan time.
it is pre-vegan.
I just make that point in case they think you've had a meal in between.
Yeah, I know.
But it's been just wonderful, and we wish you the most success in the future.
Absolutely.
And more people in Australia, hopefully, that will see this program and think, when I get a chance to see these two lovely people,
Look
we
out for
will.
them. Absolutely.
Thank
Go
you.
and see
Thank
it.
you.
So String Fever, it's Brenton and Jackie Edgecombe, and they're hopefully playing in a town near you, and after the break, you'll get a chance to see them.